Okie dokie, so today I'm gonna be talking about the intro part of the art of shredding. I'm tuned to 440 standard E to make things easier. The backing track that you could hear in the demonstration part, I made the backing track from our latest annual Dimebag Memorial show that we did this January, which is coming out very soon, so stay tuned for that. And also this backing track, as well as the tab that I wrote for not only the intro part that you could hear now and that I'm gonna be talking about, but also for the entire song I wrote Guitar Pro tabs, and they're both available on my Patreon site at patreon.com/Attila, ATTILAVOROS. So if you wanna check that out, link down in the description. So let's talk about this part. The beginning, the whammy guitar part. On the A and the D string, we're gonna play the 2nd fret. And I also add the G4. This one's twice and then move down to the 1st fret. So. And of course, I use the whammy. And in between, to be honest, I'm not really even aware of what I'm doing. Maybe also like an open E string. Yeah, a little bit. Something like that. But it's more about the way you use the whammy. After the 2nd, you do the pick scrapes. The scratching or whatever is that. And then one more. And then for the last time, on the album, there's a big dime squeal. And then just a slide down. And then we start like the first major riff there, which would be like this. Open E, and then the 2nd fret, and then rest. And then we go up an octave on the D4, and then a little rest, and then go down to the 2nd fret, and then open. So far. Everything's open, and from here, the next couple notes will be palm muted, starting on the A4, and then 2, and then E3, and then an open A, and then A3, and then the last note would be open and on the E4, and vibrate that last note there. The whole part together, slowly. And everything is a downstroke, so. Okay, and then the next round, start the same, open E and then the 2nd fret. And then play D4, 2 and zeros without the staccatos and the rests. But also add a little bend up, like those hick bends, I don't know how they're called. So just a little quick bend up and a release. And also there's a little bit of a pinched harmonic on both the 4 and the 2nd fret. And then you do the same like you did in the previous round. Before the first pinched harmonic, really there's some pick rakes there, which I did a little video in my previous flow of Attila, check out here. So adding those rakes on the E and the A string before you hit that pinched harmonic. Something like this. Positions, the pinched harmonics are a little further from the bridge, closer to the neck pickup. It's not too high, it's not... Something like this. So this is pretty much an A and a B version of it. So the B version slowly would look and sound like this. And this is twice so. And then comes the the Randy Rhoads-ish kind of riff here. We're in the second position and go back and forth from the D4 to the A2 twice, all palm muted. After this, we release the pinky and play like a bare chord on the D2 and the A2 again, twice back and forth. So far. And then comes the galloping thing, which is from the open D twice, like down up, that's the gallop, and then go to the A4 twice. And then again, open D, 4 on the A string, and open A. Go slowly. Instead of playing an open D, maybe you can play the A5 and go back and forth from there. This is another way, but it sounds different. And then we move everything to the A and the E strings. The shape is the same, so slowly. And then we repeat the first one. And then a variation, a note higher, staying on the D and the A string. So 6, 4, 6, 4. And then we move up half a note only on the D string, but one last note at the end. We don't go back now to the A4. I mean, we do, but with a different rhythm. We start these double galloping pickings, down, ups on the A string and go back and forth. Heavy metal. And also, as you could hear, we open up the notes on the D string, because prior to that it was all muted. And then just back and forth. On the album I could also hear down ups on the chord. Subtle, but it's there. And then starts that, which is a pretty cool riff. And again, I did a full tab for the entire song, not only this part, but everything else that comes after, including the solo. So if you want to get that, as well as the backing track I created for the demonstration part, check out my Patreon site down in the description. Okie dokie, that's about it for today. Whoops! Well, this was it for today. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, comment, leave a like. That way you could help to grow the channel, which I would appreciate. Also, I got a Patreon site, so if you want to support me and or get tabs and other exclusive contents, don't forget to check that out, link down in the description. Thanks again for tuning in, I hope to see you next time, and I wish you a lovely and fun day. Ciao!